David and Goliath. Every day David became stronger and wiser. He continued to look after his father's sheep. Wild animals often attacked the flock. David learned to be skillful with a slingshot to scare away bears and lions. Very soon he was an expert. But David learned other skills too. To while away the time as he tended his sheep, David practiced playing his harp. He played beautifully, and news of his skills spread far across the land. Meanwhile, Saul was becoming more and more distant from God. He had terrible moods, and an evil spirit tormented him. Worse still, Samuel no longer visited him at his palace. One of Saul's attendants thought that soothing harp music might calm the king. David was sent for, and whenever he played harp for Saul, the king became calmer and happier. Once the king felt better, David thought he would return home. But one day, there was some worrying news. The Philistines had set up camp on one side of the valley of Elah. Only a small stream separated them from the Israelite army, who were on the other side. In the Philistines' army, there was a huge man called Goliath. He was almost 10 feet tall and much stronger than any ox. Goliath strutted up and down day after day, challenging the Israelites to fight him. "Where is the champion of Israel?" he shouted. "Send him to fight me. If he kills me, we will be your slaves. If I kill him, you will be ours." But no one stepped forward to take up Goliath's challenge. They were all too scared. Now David had 3 brothers in Saul's army. One day, when he was taking food to them, he heard Goliath's taunts across the valley. David felt angry. Who is he to challenge the army of the living God?" he asked. "I will fight him." The Israelites looked on the small boy in front of them and laughed. How could a boy his size defeat a giant of a man like Goliath? But Saul heard about David's offer and sent for him. "God protects me when I fight lions and bears to keep my father's sheep safe," David told him, "so he will protect me now." At last, Saul agreed to David's request. He gave him his own armor and sword, but it was all too heavy for David. He could hardly move. "I must use the weapons I know best," he said. He took off the armor and instead picked up his sling. He went down to the stream and chose 5 smooth stones. Then he went out to meet Goliath. When Goliath saw David coming toward him, he laughed. "What sort of champion is this?" he sneered at the Israelites. But David went bravely forward. "I come in the name of God, in the name of the God of Israel," he said. "He is a stronger champion than you." Then David took a stone from his bag, placed it in his sling, and took aim. The stone hurled towards Goliath. It struck him on the forehead so hard that it broke his skull. Goliath fell down dead. When the Philistines saw that Goliath was dead, they were afraid and ran into the hills. The joyful Israelites chased after them. Now they had won, and now they had the Philistines' land.